Hello guys, welcome by DCP United. My name is Joëlle and I'm going to talk about something that is quite new for me. Since a few weeks, I listen to podcasts, and that's because I found some that were DCP related or related to the infertility industry, and that was quite interesting, and I really learned something by listening the podcast. So I'm gonna share this podcast with you so that maybe you can enjoy yourself and maybe learn something from it. It's quite fun listening on the road or maybe before you go to bed. Here are podcasts I have selected, some DCP related and some related to the infertility industry. So let's go right into it. The first podcast where I'm going to talk about is Half of Me. Half of Me is a podcast by Ellie, who just discovered she was donor conceived. This year exactly. She discovered that her dad isn't her biological father, and that she had at least 14 half siblings and a donor who is genetically half of her. In the podcast, she talks about DNA and what family means. Is family by DNA or because of love? It can be both. Ellie is talking about that in her podcast. She talked with her siblings, she talked with other donor conceived people or some professionals. So here is a small piece of her podcast.
Because we're all young still. I mean, it's not like we're going anywhere. I feel like part of the fear is just like you want to keep doing things because you think it's just like temporary, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's not
true.
That's a good point. That's a good point because it does feel like very like, okay, hurry up, like let's figure this out.
Yeah.
But you're right. I mean, like we literally have the entire rest of our lives.
Yeah.
To figure this out.
And it's like we talk. We talk every day. We're doing things like this, the podcast.
Yeah.
The second podcast I'm going to talk about is The Donated Life. It is a podcast about two sisters who recently found out they were sisters. Two sisters have found out that their dads weren't their biological fathers. Dana learned that she was donor conceived in December of 2018. She grew up in Oregon with her mother and father on a small farm. She is passionate about animals, family history, and mental health. And Hannah learned she was donor conceived in January of 2019. She grew up in Mississippi with her mother and father until she was 13 and her parents passed away, at which point she began living with her aunts. She is passionate about dogs, international in education, and roller derby. In the podcast, they're talking about how they found out and when the bomb dropped. So they are talking about that. They have some guests that are coming on. They just started, so I hope you're going to listen to them because I'm a listener and maybe you too. Here is a small piece of one of the episodes.
Hey, I'm Hannah.
And I'm Deanna.
And we're sisters, but we aren't your average sisters. A few months ago, neither of us knew the other existed. We have never met, yet we have so much in common you would think we were never apart.
Not gonna lie, it's a weird journey we're on, but come along with us as we figure it out.
The podcast I'm going to talk about is Fertilitypoddy. Fertilitypoddy is hosted by Natalie. The podcast is launched in 2014 after she had got pregnant with her first child. She had a fertility treatment and saw how people were going into it through EBF. If they don't know the way through parenthood, then they should listen to this podcast. It is about adoption, surrogacy, some donor conception. So it is something that everybody can watch. There are specific episodes that can maybe be something for you. So, she says, remember, you are never alone in your way of parenthood or just being yourself. Here is a part of Fertilitypoddy.
Well, with my previous donation, I am quite involved. I did get pictures, a beautiful baby girl. I get to see her grow up, and it's fantastic. I enjoy being part of it. It makes me feel part of a bigger family, and it reminds me of the great service that I'm doing to these people and how I'm actually blessing them with this little bundle of joy.
The fourth podcast I'm talking about is Sperm Donation World. It's a podcast by Adam, who is also a sperm donor. He's a sperm donor to women who he knows. It is cool to see. I've talked to Adam, and he is a nice guy. We hope to do a podcast together soon. So here is a sneak peek of one of Adam's podcasts.
Hey, welcome to Sperm Donation World. My name is Adam Hooper, and I'm bringing to you a podcast that's never been done before. So come with me on this adventure as we go down the rabbit hole and explore the world of online sperm donation. I started this journey myself late in 2014 with the idea of helping create a couple of babies for a couple of worthy parents, and somehow found myself running Australia's largest online community, Sperm Donation Australia. We have now more donors here than any other clinic in Australia.
The fifth podcast where I'm going to talk about is Familysecrets by Dani Shapiro. Dani Shapiro is an author. She has wrote a few books, and the book where we could be most interested in is Inheritance. It is her memoir about how she found out that her dad isn't her biological father, and that she found out who he is in just a few hours. Within, I don't know how many for sure, but within 2 or 3 days, if I remember good. In her podcast, Familysecrets, she is also talking in a few first episodes about how she found out, and later in episodes, she dares other people to tell their family secrets. A lot of people have to find out that their dad isn't their dad, or that they are adopted. It could be anything. So here is a snip from Dani Shapiro's podcast, Familysecrets.
I think that there was something always in the back of my mind where I knew something was not quite right with my family and my situation within that family.
I felt very exposed with this idea, this knowledge that a lot of people knew something about me that I didn't know myself. You know, it makes you feel like you have a sign on your back or something.
I'm Dani Shapiro, and this is Familysecrets. Secrets that are kept from us. Secrets we keep from others, and secrets we keep from ourselves.
The last podcast I'm going to promote is I Want to Put a Baby in You. Strange title, yeah? The podcast is from 2 sisters named Jennifer White and Ellen Trashman. They explore topics from sperm to egg, babies, and everything. I Want to Put a Baby in You. You learn everything about artificial insemination, surrogacy, egg retrieval, egg donation, and so much more. I Want to Put a Baby in You is a laughing and crying podcast. That is because it has information that can be touching on stories like from surrogacy or assisted reproduction technology. It is about everything, so I would really recommend it. So here is the last snip.
So that leads me. So Ellen, have you taken a DNA test? Have you jumped on this trend?
So I am embarrassed to answer that because I recently did an interview with a high-up professional in this area, a director and founder of a sperm bank, and she was saying, I can't understand why people do this. Like, you are giving up copyright in your DNA. Like, it is, who knows what people are doing with your information. You're giving up all rights to it. And I was just like, yeah, I did not say I just submitted my
This was the video already, but I would recommend you one other podcast. It is my own. I have my own podcast, and it's called Missing Pieces. And it's about my life as a donor-conceived person. And I'm talking about my story and all things industry related, and how I met my siblings, how much there are, and how the meetings were between my siblings and other family members for my donor family. I hope that you're going to follow my podcast. All links from the podcast I've mentioned and my own podcast are down below in the subscription. I hope you guys are going to subscribe to their podcast and also to mine and also to DCP United. I hope that you guys also going to watch our next videos. So have a nice day, and know you're not alone. There are a lot of people that want to help you. Bye.